all need to know, geez, after this game, after this slew of 8 straight losses. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes Postgame Show. Shout out to OG's Brands, the official sponsor of Flavoring Fridays. OGs, we need you desperately.
We do.
Head on over to ogsbrands.com to see the full lineup, including their newest gummies, the OG's Naturals and the Big OGs. I think
We need the big OGs.
Use that as well and find out where you can purchase. Please hit the like button on this video. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with Petey. Craig, who has been sick all week, decided to opt out of this show for some reason.
He picked he took the option today, and I don't understand why today you would say, "Gosh, you know what? I think I'll go to sleep instead of talking about the Coyotes."
Petey, this is not good.
Right now, does this kind of have the vibe of year one of PHNX right now?
The first week.
It does. This is
the
exactly
first month.
it.
Remember, they didn't win in October.
No, this is the same vibe, and you know what? And I for those that got the opportunity to listen to the Discord discussion, is that what we call them?
Yeah, the Discord discussion
in the first period. It was really fun, by the way. For those of you that missed it, you missed it because it was fun. But so you might hear a lot of the same things again. I have a real problem right now with this team, okay, and I get it. Carolina's better. I get it. Like, Carolina's a better hockey team. They're better. Okay, so they should beat the Coyotes. They'll beat the Coyotes 9 out of 10. I get it. But for the Coyotes to start off and give up 2 goals in the first 5 minutes again, it is getting to the point where it's just not acceptable. And I don't know, as a coaching staff, what do you do? Like, where do you draw the line with these guys? Like, 16 seconds in and you're down 1-0, and then 3 minutes later you're down 2-0. It's not good enough. And it's got to get to the point where this coaching staff says, okay, I don't care if we score a goal in the first 5 minutes. We're not even gonna try to score unless an opportunity presents itself. We're going to play the first 5 minutes without giving up a goal. That's it. That is a win if you can do that, because this team has been horseshit for the first 10 minutes for the last 3 weeks. And I know the arena thing's weighing on them. I got it. Heard it. Like, at some point,
it feels like that's past now, because it hasn't even been in the news this week.
No, be prepared to play. Like, and it's funny because I listened to Tyson Nash in the third period, and he said something about the mood at the morning skate today, and it was really good. And I honestly felt like there was this they were happy to be at the rink again, is what I say around Coach Turney. They liked to be there, and there's this positive energy this morning, and you haven't seen that at the rink in the morning skates for some time. So I thought maybe today. And then the first puck handle that Vejmelka gets. By the way, Vejmelka can't handle the puck. He can't. We've talked about that again since the induction of PHNX. That was the first knee hockey highlight, was Vejmelka going on to get the puck. He can't do it. So don't. And if you do it, make the simple play. And he turns it over, and it literally 16 seconds into the game. And that's on a faceoff you won, by the way, at center ice. It's disheartening. It's disappointing. This team's not going to win many more hockey games. I get it. But that effort was, but the last 10 minutes of the first period, you're like, oh, great opportunities. Dylan Guenther with 2 breakaways. Carcone had some unbelievable opportunities today. I thought he had some great jump, and he was definitely in the conversation for Dog. We'll get to later, but Carcone looked really good. But that's 10 minutes into the period. Like, where's that the first 10 minutes? It's they've got to find a way to have better starts. End of story. And if you don't, in the next 48 hours, they're playing Edmonton and Colorado, buddy. This could be horrific. Like, because those teams are way more offensive than Carolina. It could get bad, and it could get bad quickly. So you better start defending better. Okay, I'm sorry.
Only one man can stop this, and his name is Scott Wedgwood.
Scott Wedgwood. Make the deal. Make the deal right now. Can get Wedgie. 2 11-game streaks he's stopped already. If this gets to 11, you got to get him.
You got to get him just for one day, and then you trade him back.
Trade him back. Make a deal with give him a draft pick, and we'll send you a third-round draft pick. Give us a wedgie for a day. That's it. Break the streak, and we'll send it back, and you can keep the pick.
Well, per our friend Charles Woodall Pike, PHNX diehard, did some sleuthing today. The Coyotes have given up a goal in the first minute of the first period 6 times this season, PD. 5 out of 6 of those times have been at home. Tonight's 16 seconds was the fastest. So, Charles, thank you for doing that research. But 6 times?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. 5 out of 6 at home?
Yeah,
That
that's not good.
that's horrible. And as Nick
5 out
said,
of 6 at home? Is that what it was?
worried about the magician. He was last seen outside a mullet with a cardboard sign. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, at this rate, it feels like the Coyotes are never going to win again.
When is he ever going to get to perform again? Like, when? Like, it's so sad. It's so sad. Hey, this team was really good in the Mullet Arena a year ago. They played teams that were better than them, and they played them hard, and they jumped on them right away off the opening faceoff, and teams were kind of on their heels going, oh, like they weren't ready for it, and they got it to early leads, and they held on. It was a different team last year, and this year, this team's supposed to be better. And I don't know what it is, but 8 losses in a row is a big deal. It's a big deal to lose 8 games in a row. It's hard to do because at some point you're going to run into a goaltender that's not hot or a team that's not ready. Shit, this team's been in town for 3 days, and you don't think they've been at Old Town and Mill
They
because
had their
guess what?
rookie party on Wednesday.
Exactly. And that entails a tremendous amount of alcohol, and they're still ready to play.
Yes.
It's not good enough. And I've said it before. They don't have Shane Doan in the locker room. I don't know where the leadership has been for this team right now. They need leaders to pull them out of this, and I don't know who's going to do it. I don't know who's going to do it. And I honestly, we can sit here and talk about positives. I don't think that things look very good for the next 2 games. So Vejmelka's got to be their best player, and he wasn't again. He creates the first goal. I don't care what anybody says. He creates it. That's on him. So I tell you what, though, Matt Villalta is 4 for 4. And
I know, 100% in his NHL debut.
he looked good. Do you know what else he didn't do, Leah? And you might not have noticed this, but I'm going to tell you. When the puck went behind the goal line on Matt Villalta, first time ever playing in the NHL, got to be nervous, right? You got to be nervous. Puck goes behind the goal line. You know what he didn't do? He didn't go down to the reverse VH. He stood up. And he stood up again. And stood up.
Petey's new favorite goalie.
Yeah, but he stood up. Puck went behind the goal line. He didn't go down like a robot. He stood up because there was no play to be made. He stood up and I go, oh my God, I like this. And he went post to post behind the net, and he didn't go down there either. He stood up and go, oh my, really like the way this kid moves. I was so excited to see an NHL goalie go post to post when the puck went behind the net, standing up on his feet. I almost cheered. What even saying it? Like, unbelievable. He looked good. And then you know what? He makes 4 saves. 4 saves. Good for him. He's going to get some action this weekend. I can't imagine that he's not going to play, and especially now that he's played 8 minutes in the NHL. Good for him. That was my bright spot of the day because they need him in Tucson.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah, Veggie, not his best performance, allowed 5 goals on 26 shots, ended the night with an 808 save percentage. It's just not good enough. And, it's not all on Veggie. I mean, the team's just been horrible, but you got to make the saves. And he and Connor Ingram were doing that for a point this season. Even Veggie was. And you just need that if you're going to get some wins in this final stretch of games here. Otherwise, this losing streak, my goodness, I'm manifesting, might never end. So yeah, Veggie's got to be better. Setting that aside, let's take a look at the numbers, if we shall, presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union, named by Forbes. What do we got? All right, shots on goal, pretty even, actually. 31-30 in favor of the Coyotes. Coyotes 0 for 4 on the power play. Someone asked in the Discord tonight, when's the last time the Coyotes scored on the power play? I said, I can't even remember. Petey, I don't know if you remember, but I don't, because it feels like they allow more chances against when they're on the power play than chances for. Canes 1 for 2. Face-offs. This is crazy. 75% for Carolina, 25% for Arizona. Shot attempts 62 for Carolina, 50 for the Coyotes.
There's nothing good here. The shots on goal for the Coyotes ended up being better than expected, especially after the horrible start. So I'll give you that. But the power play, not only did they didn't score, and they scored 2 goals in Nashville on the last road trip, by the way. So they've scored in 1 of their last 6 games. So they have scored. But not only did they not score, they didn't get any momentum. I didn't think that for 4 power plays, the only one that looked good, the only power play that looked good all night was the last one of the night when it was 5-1. Game's out of reach, and now Nick Schmaltz had the best chance on the power play of the entire night, but it's 5-1. Like it's not 1-0 or 0-0. It's 5-1. Do you think Carolina had Carolina coasted the last 8 minutes when Arizona had their best chances? That was their best chance on the power play of the night, was the low play to Schmaltz in the middle of the ice, and again he missed the net wide. By the way, how many shots did Schmaltz end the night with? You guessed it, 0. You got to hit the net. And Keller's first shot on goal, best player on the team, leads the team in offense. In a really important game that you're trying to dig your team out of the cellar and put your bootstraps on and dig your team out as a leader, his first shot on goal, 12 minutes on the clock in the third period.
Wow.
Is that good enough?
Yikes.
He ended up with 2, by the way. Keller ends up with 2, Schmaltz with none. Carcone had 4.
And that's after Carcone's been scratched 3 straight games.
And those 2 guys played twice as many minutes as Carcone. Who wants it more? I'm sorry, and I'm just I'm tired of the cute passing. Somebody give a shit and play. Like maybe it is O'Brien. Maybe O'Brien's hurt, so he can't get him in the lineup. But maybe somebody's got to fight. Maybe he's got to do something.
Put Josh Brown back.
Yeah, something, because that's disheartening. And Carcone, you know what Carcone played like? He played like a guy that wants to stay in the lineup. He goes, they took me out of the lineup. I want to stay in. I'm going to play really, really hard. Guenther played like a guy that, you know what? I don't want to go back to Tucson. I'm going to play really, really hard. And there weren't enough guys that were accountable, that played like they were accountable to either their teammate, the coach, or the franchise. And it's disappointing to me when you've lost 7 in a row that you're not accountable to at least yourself. So there you go. I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit negative, but 8 losses in a row is a lot.
I mean, yeah. And the thing is, we've talked about a few different things. We've talked about the fact that this maybe never was a playoff team and people should have known that. But the way in which they've taken the plunge has been the most disappointing. They were in a wild card spot for a good chunk of the season. And yes, maybe they regressed to the mean, but losing 8 straight, we talked about wanting them to play competitive, meaningful games. Well, they're not playing that right now. If you look at the standings upside down, there's that group of 4 or 5 teams that are really, really bad. And then there's a huge group from the Coyotes to the New Jersey Devils, and everyone is within 6 points of each other. That's meaningful games, being in that group, being in the group that's fighting for a wild card spot. If you're losing 8 games in a row and you're just mailing it in and not caring anymore, what is that teaching you for the future when the goal is to win and is to make a playoff spot and not to keep acquiring draft picks? Because the cycle has to end eventually. And I'm not saying that this team needs to go and make the playoffs this year, but you gotta put in an effort and at least try. We saw them try more last season. And you know what? Last season, they still ended 6th last. So I'm good with 6th last, but you gotta try, because I'm sick of this. I don't even know what more to say on this show about it.
Yeah, it's effort. It's absolutely effort for me. And there were glimpses in the second half of the first period, but it's not the players you need to be doing it. Okay, when's the last time you saw that Kraus, Bugstead, Michelli line lighted up? No. When did you see in the top? So the top 6 forwards. Keller, Schmaltz, I've already said enough about them, and the Bugstead line was no better. It was the bottom 6 guys that did it again tonight. So here's what you do as a coach. You've got one weapon, and that's ice time. That's all you got. And you can't take Keller and Schmaltz and Bugstead and Kraus and sit them out of the lineup. You can't take them out and put them in the rafters. But you know what you can do? You can not start them on the next power play. You can sit them out and miss one rotation, or in an offensive zone faceoff, you can go, you know what? Cooley, Guenther, you guys are up again. As Keller and Schmaltz are starting to put their legs over the boards, because that's all you can control is ice time, because only then maybe you will wake somebody up and rattle somebody enough to go, really? Even if they come out and play hard just to piss the coach off. Oh, you're going to bench me? Okay, well, here, I'm going to go do this. Okay, well, yeah, you showed me. You got 2 goals and an assist. Oh, you hurt me. Like, I think it's going to have to come to that, because I don't know what else you do to a room like this except And it's unfortunate that Bill Armstrong doesn't have this weapon that they had back in the late 90s when I first started working in the league. If this was happening back in the 90s before the CBA, somebody's gone. Like, I guarantee you somebody's getting traded. Like, the GM would just walk by the room and everybody go, "Oh no, not me." Because before the CBA in the late 90s, and you could do things like that. You could make moves like that that didn't hurt a team. And guys, you shake it up. We're shaking it up. Somebody's out of this room. And again, losing is okay for this team. They're not talented enough to beat Carolina. They're not talented enough to beat Colorado. They're not talented enough to beat Edmonton on Monday. They're not. We're fine with that. But I think as the fan base and the people that sit here and talk about this, I think we deserve an effort. I think we deserve to see a team working their ass off.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's just tough too when you're like, well, the last 10 minutes of the first period looked good, but it's like that's 10 minutes of
I
60.
know.
Like,
I
it's
know.
just not good enough. Anyway, let's set the negativity aside for just a
Okay.
second. Petey, you sent me and Craig a photo of you. Actually, you were out of your house having a
Did you?
beer.
That's true.
I
Did we
was
have this for the show, by the way?
shocked. No, but I
Okay.
want to know, what were you drinking?
Well, what do you think I was drinking? I
Kilt
had a
lifter.
kilt lifter
Duh.
because it was the middle of the day. I had a kilt lifter. I was thinking about it. By the way, I left my house and the only reason I sent a picture to Leah and Craig is because I was in Old Town.
Yeah, shocking.
Shocking. I was in Old Town, and I have not been out in Old Town for 15 years, I bet. And I will say this about going out in Old Town at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Great spot. We went to the Old Town Tavern in downtown. No free ads. I might have been one of the youngest people in there. And here I was so worried that I was going to be the geezer of the crowd. It's Old Town. I thought, oh my gosh, but no, buddy. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're fine. Like, I
That's
was out of there
awesome.
by 5:30, but I had my kilt lifter and we had wows at the end of the table.
There
So it
you
was
go.
Four Peaks everywhere.
Four Peaks everywhere. Everywhere you go in Arizona, you can get Four Peaks on the menu. You can also get Four Peaks wherever you buy your beer, the grocery store, the gas station, etc. And Four Peaks has a beer for you, whichever kind of beer you like. So make sure you visit fourpeaks.com/locator to find all your favorite beers and events, and check out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You must be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks, and please drink responsibly.
And you know what, Leah? Did you see the big game? Do you know the Super Bowl halftime show talent, the amazing talent at the halftime show? Usher is coming to Footprint Center in November.
No.
Bad Bunny is coming in 12 days, and Olivia Rodrigo is coming in 2 weeks. All of the tickets to all of those events, you know where you can find them? On Game Time. Game Time is the place for last minute ticket deals. It's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. You can snag all of these tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
All right, let's take a look at some of these super chats before we move on. We'll start with the one from Andrew, who said, RIP Coyotes, broken heart emoji. I mean, they're not dead, Andrew, but that's okay. Been praying they'll stay in AZ. LOL. Thank you. We could
Thank you
use
for
the
praying for that.
prayers.
We all
So
do that too.
thanks for the super chat, Andrew. And then another one from Charles. This one says, for the mullet magician, miss him. Hope he finds work soon. We'll forward that $10 to his unemployment fund.
I'm really concerned about his well-being. And I know, like, he was getting so good. He was getting so good because they were winning so much. I'm afraid what his tricks might have fallen to now. So thanks, CWP, for worrying about him.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, staying on the somewhat positivity
PD,
train.
can we talk about my camera? Because a lot of people are
I think
complaining
it's
about my
your
pixels,
internet.
but it's not. I just did a Google speed test because people are complaining about my pixels. I just did a Google speed test, or a what do you call it? An Ookla. Crushing it. Like, I don't know what the hell's wrong. Do we have any techs out here anywhere? Like, what is the problem? I'm hardwired. I'm over a gig. Sorry for everybody that thinks I'm fuzzy. I don't know what to do. Sorry.
You just had to address it, I felt
I'm
like.
700 gigs up and over 800 gigs,
Wow.
700 down, 800 up.
Wow.
Well, that's really fast.
That is fast.
Okay, sorry.
All
Foggy
right.
Petey. Maybe it's the camera.
We've addressed that. We've addressed the elephant, so we can move on. We do have to award a dog in him. I know there's a lot of love for Villalta in the chat, but we decided on the dog before Villalta went in the game. But we'll give Villalta his flowers in a little bit because we might have a video from him post game here in a little. But our dog in him goes to the Coyotes' lone goal scorer tonight, Dylan Guenther. Not only did he score a goal, it was a snipe. Dylan Guenther, every time he shoots the puck, to quote Tyson Nash, that was a goal scorer's goal. And that it wasn't just that one. He had a few other chances as well right after that. So Dylan Guenther, congrats. You're his 5th of the season. 5 goals in 16 games since getting called up to the Coyotes.
Led all Coyotes forwards at ice time with just over 18 minutes. It was a great shot, and he had an opportunity later, and I just don't think he got all of it because it kind of went off the heel of his stick, and it ended up getting Kochetkov in the toe. I thought Guenther looked good. I thought he looked commanding when he had the puck, and I thought he and Cooley together, I think they look sharp. And honestly, getting McBain with them has helped. I think the rotation of Hayton and McBain really helped both lines in the last game. I was really disappointed in that top line tonight. I mean, you look at what Hayton did in the faceoff circle in his first game. He was almost 70% today. Barrett Hayton in the circle was 13%. He won 1 draw. And I talked about that in the Discord discussions, how it's sometimes your wings that are helping out. And so it's not all on Barrett Hayton, but to have one face off that you won all game is just not good enough. The top players for this team need to be better. And if they're not better over the next 2 games, there's going to be a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's for sure. And they played Minnesota. That might have been winnable. And then you look ahead at the schedule and it just doesn't get easier. So let's take a look. We mentioned the Colorado game coming up on Sunday in Colorado at 4 p.m. and then home on Monday against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers at 2 p.m. Who made that up? And then the Toronto Maple Leafs on Wednesday.
Well, there's a winnable game.
I mean, that's the streak will end at 10.
At the very worst, it'll end there.
Yeah, it's either Scott Wedgwood or the Toronto
Maple Leafs have to come to town. Yeah, that's fair. And they're in trouble. This team's in trouble right now. And it's not just the loss or the standings. They're in trouble because I'm not sure the frustration on the coaching staff is going to start to be really apparent. And then the frustration inside the players' room is going to be worse. The only thing coming up is the trade deadline. And you know what that can do? That can shake the room up even worse. So I'm not sure how they get out of this. The only way to get the room feeling better again is to get a win. And that's it. That's the only way. And I don't know when that's coming. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like that feeling, which Craig and I know very well from the last week, when you're sick and you just can't even possibly remember what it felt like when you were healthy. And you're sitting there thinking, like, I know I'm healthy in the majority of the time, but like I can't even remember because I'm sick, and it just sucks. It just sucks, and it sucks for us to sit here and talk about it. It sucks for the fans and everybody here in the chat and our Discord, but it sucks even more for the players. And I am curious if the closed door meeting has happened. This is another thing that we talked about in the Discord discussion in the first intermission. Someone asked if that had happened. We don't know if it's happened yet. Maybe it's happening tonight because 8 straight is just a little bit too many.
Yeah, you know who else has 8 straight? Chicago. And you know who has a really, really bad team? Chicago. So this is not something you should be proud of, that you're tied with the Chicago Blackhawks in anything this season. It's frustrating. We're all frustrated. Just this game, if not for those first 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, I thought they played. Once they got through that, I thought they were okay. And if you could play from even 10 minutes into a game, maybe you can pull it off. But then when they do that against Philly and Nashville, they can't close the lead out in the third period. So it's either one or the other. Either you're going to be good in the beginning and suck in the end, or you're not going to show up to play and you'll play hard when the game's out of reach. It's just frustrating, and Coyote fans deserve better. The problem is I've said it for 3 years. Just got to wait. It's not this year. Probably won't be next year. But the year after, if you can all hang on for another 2 years, maybe.
Oi. Okay, well, thinking of the future, Petey, I'm putting you on the spot because I think it's time for us to do a Tank-a-thon spin.
Oh gosh. Okay.
If
Oh
you're ready,
please. Yep. Just give me
because
talk about something
we need
else
to
for a second.
think about something positive, and the positivity is as the Coyotes continue to lose, they continue to give themselves better odds at the first overall pick. So we're gonna run the Tank-a-thon, tankathon.com/NHL if you want to participate. Open it on your phone. Let us know in the chat what you simulate. Craig today did one. He tweeted the screenshot. The Coyotes were picking second in his simulation, so we're hoping for that today. We're
And
doing
Blatantly
it.
Asinine just did his. The Coyotes also picked second. I did this on the last show,
Ooh.
and it was second. So this could be one of the bright spots of the show. And I forget that the fun things start happening when you start getting ready for the draft. So here we go.
All
Without
right.
further ado, time for draft simulation. Ooh, the Coyotes did not move.
Okay,
The
but they
Coyotes,
didn't drop.
nope, they didn't drop. They stayed in sixth, and we're okay with that, right?
Yes, we're okay
Okay.
with saying. Mark got 7. Oh boy, let us know in the chat what you get. Saw Coyotes, Cox Cable, things that are disappointing. Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you
go to
know,
go to Saul's
you
Twitter
know.
account for
Look at
that
Scott
whole.
White taking his OGs before bed. See, that's a way on a flavoring Friday. Take the OGs before bed. They got sleep edition gummies. That's perfect before you settle down for the night.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe the Coyotes, I mean, I don't know if it's legal, but they collectively need to
Yeah,
just
I'm not
take
sure
it,
that
and
the best advice, but sure,
at
can't
least
hurt.
the Coyotes
Just one.
fans can. So
Coyotes fans can do that, and then they won't be as upset.
yeah, there's been a lot of upset talk. Oh my God,
But
James
James,
got one.
gotta go with James Beckerleg.
Thank you, James. We needed that
Thank you. We
positivity.
needed that. It's positivity.
Well, sticking with the
Ooh,
positivity,
Rio
what?
Dojo 8. That's not good.
I don't
It
like that.
dropped. Can't have that one.
Okay,
That's
well,
bad juju.
let's bring us back around to the positivity.
Okay.
You mentioned Matt Villalta. He made his NHL debut, had a
Mhm.
solid performance. We'll potentially see him in the back-to-back this weekend. Um, Craig's not at the game. He's still sick, trying not to get everybody sick. But our intern Raz was at the game, and he got us some video of Matt Villalta
Is that
talking about
true?
his NHL debut.
Raz, hats
So
off, buddy.
let's check it out.
So, Matt, congratulations on your first NHL game. I know this probably isn't how you saw it starting off, but just your thoughts on getting into the game today.
Yeah, thank you. I think just from the game aspect, not the result we were looking for, and for the circumstances for what it was. But on a personal note, it's see something very special and definitely a cool moment despite the loss tonight. And I'm just very thankful and fortunate for everyone who's helped me this far to get to this point, and just try to soak it all in as much as I could, and stay in the moment at the same time. So definitely a cool moment for myself and family.
How'd you feel out there seeing the puck moving around? How'd you feel? And I know it was just for half the third period, but how were you feeling?
Felt pretty good, to be honest. Got a nice little warm up in before, and sitting for 2.5 periods is sometimes you get a little bit cold, but when the moment came, I was like, all right, let's get her going and fire it up. So just try to give myself some mental cues to focus on, and try to get a little sweaty as much as I could in a short amount of time. So I think it was overall a good feeling.
Craig talked about how chill surfer vibe he was when Craig went down to Tucson to interview him for a recent story that you can read right now at gophnx.com. Highly recommend reading it, by the way, if you want to get to know Matt Villalta a little bit more. But that really comes through in that interview. He just seems chill, and I feel like that's kind of what you want from a goalie.
I got the opportunity to meet him this morning at the ice den when he was one of the last ones to leave. So I talked to him for a bit, introduced myself, and I said, I'm excited to see you play. I know Steve Potvin speaks highly of you. And I said, Monday, I'm taking Villalta 30 over saves. I'm going to take the under, and I'm going to take a Coyotes money line. And he said, dude, I like it. And he walked away. So there you go. Matt Villalta gave
Is
it a
that
big
a
thumbs.
true interaction?
That is 100% true story. I did that out by the truck in behind the ice den. I said, you're going to be first star. I'm going to take 30 saves in the over. Money line Coyotes. and the under in under 5, and he was pretty excited about it. He's a totally cool kid. I'm rooting for him. I really am. I really like the kid, and I know how important he is down in Tucson. So I think that this is just going to be a short stint for him, 7 to 10 days, and then they expect to have Ingram back. But I think this is really going to give him a boost when he gets down there. Not like he needed a boost. He was already an all-star, but I think it's going to be really good for him. I'm really, really excited to have him here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucas in the chat said, anyone think it's a coincidence that when the Coyotes are doing good, the Suns are doing bad and vice versa? Lucas, I have noticed, but they're on the All-Star break. So can they lend some of the juju to the Coyotes to at least get through a few of these games? And then we have a $5 super chat from Roaring Fork, who said, did you see Michael Bunting pushing and breaking the glass that separates the fans from the players at the mullet? It appeared to be intentional. I did see that. I laughed out loud.
He did. But I don't know if he was what he was trying to do there. I don't know. Somebody said he was trying to find the locker room and he went like through the glass. You saw it. It was very awkward. Very awkward.
Yeah, but it was funny.
It was funny.
This mischievous Michael Bunting.
I'm just mad about my camera, and I don't know if it's my camera because I'll tell the end. This is nobody wants to hear me talk, but you know I get the little lines on StreamYard, Leah, that say you have a bad connection or good connection.
Yeah.
Those little lines come up from me. They shouldn't. I got to talk to our producer. I don't get it. It's the little things pissing me off.
PD's having an Arizona Coyotes-esque performance with his technology.
Very, very true. The technology's not coming through.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we keep mentioning OGs because they're needed. They really are. I might take one before bed tonight. It's just been a stressful time from all the arena uncertainty to the losing streak. And sometimes you just need to mellow out. So whether it's indica, whether it's sativa, happy balance, microdose, something to help you get to sleep, OGs has it all. And if you've never taken OGs, delicious flavors. Like these gummies are so good. They have the fruit flavor, the cream flavor, and the best part is they're made right here in Arizona. So love to support a local company, OGs. Check them out. And to learn more about OGs gummies and where you can find them, head on over to ogsbrands.com.
And then head over to America's Thirst Stop, Snack Stop, and Gas Stop. Shall we? If you know, you know. And the best deals on gas and stuff. Sign up for free membership program, The Inner Circle. Save 25 cents per gallon on your first five fill-ups. Save 3 cents on every fill-up and every gallon after that. Get every 6th item free on a selection of Circle K products like pizza, coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks in their Polar Pop non-sweatable cups. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details.
Well, Petey, I thought during this game things are going bad, but normally you can look to Tucson for some positivity, and
you usually can.
You usually can, but the Roadrunners lost 8-1 to Ontario tonight. 8-1. So that sucks. Clearly shows the value of Matt Villalta. No offense to their goalies down there right now, but Tucson, I mean, they're in contention for first place in their division. So, I mean, this is a team that's definitely in the playoff search. Tough loss for them. On the positive, though, Petey, Josh Doan scored the Roadrunners' lone goal, his 20th goal of the season in the AHL. So you love to see that from Josh.
So here's what we do. So if you want to start following the standings and the scores of the Tucson Roadrunners, you can root for a team that's winning and trying to be in the playoffs. And they're going to be a fun team to watch in the playoff stretch once Matt Villalta gets back down there and they can stop the bleeding and the goals against. They're going to be a lot of fun. They might even get a few more players. Who knows? Kesselring? I don't know. Guenther? Maybe. They're going to be fun to watch. So watch that team for the winning in the playoffs. Then turn over and watch this team, the Coyotes, play and start rooting for Macklin Celebrini. We are going all in for Macklin Celebrini because 2 years ago, you remember, I forgot who it was. It was Wright. We were wrong for Wright. How'd that work out, by the way?
Cooling for Cooley.
Yeah, we should have been cooling for Cooley because he's been actually fire. So he would be the 1 pick overall. Last year, I forgot the guy's name. He went to Chicago. It's not important. But Macklin Celebrini is the guy now. So that
we need a hashtag.
Yes, all of our energy. We need our hashtag. Diehards, I think you can chime in the Discord, start giving us it was wrong for right. It was the Bedard. That I never really warmed up to that one. We
Bad for
need one.
Bedard kind of worked.
Yes, bad for Bedard works. We need the Macklin Celebrini hashtag to get us through these
Hashtag
losses.
celebrate losses for Celebrini. That's just a
Yes,
little too long. So,
a little too long.
something we're getting there.
Yeah,
No celebrating till Celebrini. I liked that from Ash.
again, it's fun, but we're also looking for a little bit tighter.
More concise.
Yeah, I'll stumble through that. I can't say
I mean,
that
I
without
like
mumbling.
Macklin. There's a lot to offer there. So,
Deiserman for
Deiserman
Yzerman.
for Yzerman,
And
Nikita
Nikita.
Kucherov.
That Yzerman's going to be interesting because he's going to be available, I think, by the time the Coyotes pick at 5 or 6. I really do. And he's one of the guys that was number 2 for a very long time. And I like that. It's not Steve Yzerman with a Y. It's Yzerman with an EI. But I really like him. So that'd be fun.
This
Oh
is
my
good.
God.
Slacking for Macklin.
Oh,
I
so
like
don't hate
that.
it. What
I
about Rick
like that.
Roma's? I don't know if I can read that.
Lose a lot of games to get the first pick and draft Celebrini. Rick, I think we need to work on it.
Rick's a little too on the nose on that one.
Martinis for Celebrini. Bring him home.
Yeah, don't hate it.
I think I really like slacking for Macklin so far.
Slacking for Macklin. Okay,
That's kind of my front runner, but I'm still open to suggestions here.
So
but
either send it to us on Twitter or there's other ways to do it, right, Leah? I don't know what they are.
the Discord, this chat right now, any
They're
of
great.
it.
So we're going to be positive. We're going to be positive about the Roadrunners in the playoffs. We're going to be positive about the Coyotes tanking it for the rest of the season and getting Macklin and Celebrini, because you put Cooley and Celebrini together, and we've got Simashev in boot, and you got Mavlam and his parents will come to games. Like, things are looking up for this team. Like, let's go. Let's get fired up for Yotes Hockey 2026 edition. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm all about it.
I like this from Charles too. Seller for Celebrini.
Oh, I don't dislike it. CWP.
Breezing for Brini.
And I don't hate it either. I like it. Family. See, people didn't get that. I just want to see his parents. They're lovely people. Lovely people. That meme just shows up every once in a while in my
Bill Armstrong's burner is very consistent.
Every once in a while it'll pop into my burner and it'll just give me a little chuckle. Every time I see it, I chuckle. So funny.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's take a few minutes to not talk about the game and talk about something that was launched today, albeit maybe 4 months too late, but better late than never. The Coyotes today announced their streaming service, Coyotes Central, for local markets, $11.99 a month, $24.99 for the remainder of the season. You can stream on your favorite streaming service app, or streaming app, not service. Finally, Petey, it felt like it was long overdue, but they announced it and it was good for tonight. Let us know in the chat if you signed up today and used it tonight. I'm really curious how that went because I did not. But what do you think?
What do I think of it?
What do you think? I mean, they finally did it.
I think it's great, and I'm going to say something. I think. No, it's good.
I was just being sarcastic.
It's said it's 4 months too late. It's actually, they said they weren't going to have it at all this year. So
that's true.
Thankful that they have it this year at all, that they got the wheels turning, they got it done. You can watch it on your laptop. You can watch it on your phone. I don't know how to do any of it yet, but I know you can, because I went to the site where you could push the button. I decided not to push the button because I have an antenna. So I didn't push the button because I'm cheap. And most people that know me know that. But I thought for $24 for the $24.99 for the rest of the season, buddy, why not? Try it. Like $24.99, and you could record it. You can go back and watch old games. You can, like, yes, if you're a fan, $24.99, like, I don't know, a cup of coffee and some egg white bites, and you're good to go. Skip it for a day, and you're good.
That's like chicken tenders at a arena.
Exactly. So, yeah, buddy. No, I hear you. So, I'm really excited about it, and I hope that helps bring new fans to the Coyotes. I really do. And then now they got this box checked. They got the TV deal done. They got that done. They got the streaming service done. The next box to check. We're not even going to talk about it today, but there's one more box to check coming soon.
There is. And Jeremiah said, went well, got the rest of the season package, no commercials, didn't have any issues at all. And then Christopher said, real nice that it's free for season ticket holders for the rest of the season. There was a place on the website where if you're a season ticket holder, you get a free code. So that's a great option for season ticket holders to check out the remaining games. So
Wow. And there's Hub City. Hub City's in town.
I know, Hub City,
is in
I'm
town.
sorry. You had a horrible game.
I
Craig wasn't
know.
even at
Greg
the
didn't
arena.
go. And
But you
and
got
that,
great weather.
and look at Shelby. Shelby wants to buy the streaming app, but no, it is not available
No, it's
in
just
Alabama.
local.
So, unfortunately, Shelby has to get ESPN Plus to get all the Coyotes games. Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. It was funny because Twitter was blowing up mostly with Colorado Avalanche fans who they have a lot of beef with being able to watch games. And I do think that the Coyotes, with both the antenna stuff and the direct-to-consumer streaming service, are actually kind of on the forefront of this. Obviously, the Vegas Golden Knights were the first to do it, I think, as far as direct-to-consumer streaming. But I think it's great. And I think more as the space of cable and streaming and all of that shifts and, everything going on with Diamond Sport Group and Bally Sports, I think that this could be the future. And, kudos to the Coyotes for getting it done.
Yep.
I'm glad that it was a really great user experience to start. And
Yeah, I'm glad people are
I
happy
think,
with it. That's
yeah.
great.
So
Can I have one more to talk to somebody else in the chat? Did you see who's
may.
back in the chat?
Who? Oh, yeah.
The Deef Unlock. The Deef Unlock is moments away, and I know that people that watch our show know Shane. He's produced this show a few times, and he's a definite familiar face at PHNX usually, but he hasn't been of late. But I tell you what, I've been promised this, and I'm going to say it, and so I have receipts. I've talked to the management of PHNX, and he is going to be on the hockey beat for a very short time, meaning his expertise, he's a videographer, and his expertise is going to come over to the hockey side for a few special projects to our beat once he gets back. Leah, is that true?
It is true.
Okay. And I just want to get it out there in the ether that it's
Yeah,
out
we
there.
have a lot of content planned, by the way.
Yeah,
like
so
a lot of
buckle up,
fun
Buttercup.
stuff.
We got a lot for you to do, Shane. There's a lot coming up.
Yeah, we have a lot of great content planned. So check it out. And by the way, we've mentioned it a few times, but the intermission report, we had live Petey's Puck Talk. Petey was drawing on the whiteboard minutes after plays happened. It was a lot of fun. That's something you have to be a diehard for. You have to be part of the diehard only Discord to get in on that. Craig published his prospect report today. That's for diehards only, as well as the monthly mailbag. So just a ton of great perks to being a diehard, including 20% off merch. I'm wearing my Logan Cooley tee. I thought maybe he would do something tonight, but that's okay. It's really comfortable. And I
do
love
like, I got my
rocking
Logan
it.
Cooley too.
So check it out, phnxlocker.com. And of course, grab yourself the Arizona versus everybody crew neck and or t-shirt before they're sold out, because they're like, I'm telling you, there's only a few available in each size. So make sure you get it, phnxlocker.com. You absolutely don't want to miss that. And Petey, I was host of PHNX Bets Daily today.
I heard that.
I was 1 for 3 on my bets.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. The one thing that my lock, one that I said, this is the lock, was Carolina Hurricanes to score first in the first period.
Buddy.
16 seconds cashing. I mean, yeah, and last time I hosted bets, my lock was, I forget which team they were playing, but I said like the opposing team to score first. So that's always a lock.
Yep.
Petey, you won a lot of your bets.
Yeah, I nailed it today. Because I went with the parlay. I'm not going to say exactly what it was because it might be negative to Coyotes fans and they may be disappointed, but it nailed it. And I might have went kind of heavy at it. And somebody reminded me before, it was in the Discord saying, I wonder when Vejmelka is going to give up his 5th goal. And I said, well, you know what? It's time to bet. And luckily I did. So it was a very good thing to me today.
Fruitful day for you on the BetMGM app. Pretty fruitful for me as well. It can be a fruitful day for you. You can win easily. You can win $24 and pay for the rest of the year streaming service. So there you go. BetMGM, make sure that's where you're placing all of your bets, whether it's on the NHL. You can bet on the NBA All-Star Game this weekend. Baseball's right around the corner. It's a great time to bet over at BetMGM. So sign up for BetMGM. Use the bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile application for at least $5, and you'll receive $150 instantly in additional winnings, regardless of your wager's outcome. Check out the show notes for full details. And now listen to Damon talk about the disclaimer.
Promo call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms. This promotional offer is not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
And also, it's time to play the Arizona Lottery. The Arizona Lottery is introducing a new ticket and promotion called Arizona Adventure. There are 3 ways to win. 1, play the Arizona Adventure Lottery tickets featuring is it midnight? Yeah. Buy Arizona Adventure Lottery tickets featuring 3 iconic landscapes. Oh, I'm not even going to say where they are today because I'll mess them up. So you can go buy the tickets.
Camelback Mountain's one of them.
It is.
Papago Park's one of them.
No, no, they're not, Leah. That's
What?
not it. The iconic things on the tickets are Picacho Peak, Monument Valley, and Camelback Mountain.
Oh, but
those are the
Camelback,
tickets.
but you can go to those places.
Well,
yeah,
that's
and
the
check
second
in.
way to win. You can check in at
You're just
geolocated
hijacking
adventures
your
at
outreach.
10 destinations across the state, all the way from Flagstaff to Yuma. And keep your eyes open, diehards, because we're going to be going to one of these and checking in for real. And we're all going to go together and we're going to actually walk. It's true. Visit www.azadventure.com for details and directions. Check in at destination coordinates on the website or enter tickets online to chance to win $1 million in cash and Arizona travel prizes. The Arizona Lottery is not just about playing games and winning prizes. It is also about giving back to the state and its communities. Visit azadventure.com for more information on how you can take an adventure for a chance to win $1 million in cash and Arizona travel prizes. That was really tough.
See how it feels? See how
Spit
it
out the
feels to
marbles.
have somebody interrupt your ad reads?
I know. I'm sorry. I had to spit out the marbles next time before I talk. You're really good at this. You can go back to reading them all anytime.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
routine.
and Petey mentioned it. I just want everybody to pencil in if you're local. Next Sunday, February 25th, so just over a week, walking and talking with the PHNX Coyotes crew.
The Arizona Lottery Edition.
Arizona Lottery Edition, plus a watch party somewhere in Tempe. So more information to come early next week. A week from Sunday. So details to come early next week, but I just wanted everybody to be able to block it out on their time.
Is that the 25th you said?
The 25th. It's a 4
Sunday.
o'clock game.
Block it out.
Make sure you block out that
Afternoon.
and a little bit before if you want to come on the walk with us. Not a hike.
Arizona Lottery. It's not a hike.
It's a walk.
Yeah, there's no inclines. I said no to inclines.
Yeah.
The 56-year-old guys.
We said walking and talking, not walking and hiking.
Yes, it's walking and talking, the Arizona Lottery Destination Edition, coming next Sunday, the 25th, and then a watch party. Is that what we call it?
Yep.
A watch party? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're going to watch an away game together.
So, can I bring my whiteboard?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. We got
Yes,
so
chef.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to be, I can't wait. Can't wait. Can we drink beer at the watch party?
I think that's like a requirement for at least us.
Yes, please. Oh, and look at that. Chris is going to the open practice in Gilbert on the 24th.
Oh, that's perfect for Craig. Perfect for Craig. Petey and I will stay home.
Craig's got that one covered. Is there a game on the 24th?
No.
Oh, I can't keep it. Oh, no, because it's the next day, the 25th. Yeah. Okay. So keep the 25th. Right. I can't wait, Leah. I really can't. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Me too. I can't wait. We need something to look forward to in these times. So. Okay, Petey, final thoughts on this game. Anything we didn't talk about?
It's really disappointing start, and they got to get out of this black cloud that's hovering over this team right now, and it's going to have to be somebody's going to have to put the team on their back. You're going to have to see somebody with an exceptional performance, whether it's Clayton Keller, Matt Villalta, Vejmelka, maybe Carconi if he gets back in the lineup. I thought he was good today. Guenther, Cooley. Somebody is going to have to put the team on their back and carry them out. It's going to take leadership. It's going to take effort, which I didn't see tonight, which was really disappointing. There were just glimpses of it. This wasn't a 60-minute effort by this club, and is really disappointing. So let's tune back in on Sunday afternoon and see if it goes any better against Colorado Avalanche.
Yes, we shall see. And we'll be live after that game as well to break it all down. Hopefully, I mean, sometimes they do well against Colorado, so hopefully, never say never. we can finally talk about a win, but we'll see. Either way, we're here for you all, win or loss, and we appreciate everybody being here in the chat, especially after a loss. The fact that everybody's here on an 8-game losing streak, it really, on a Friday night, it really means a lot to us. Rick said PD's down to 1
What
pixel.
the actual
Time
F?
to wrap up.
So, Rick doesn't understand this. Like,
people aren't listening on audio, just need to go look at the video.
but here's the problem. People that know me know I have a touch of anxiety. Okay, just a touch. So this entire show that everybody's bitching about the way they look, I can't tell it because on my monitor, everything looks just great. Everything's fine here. So I've been running scans this whole show. It just
Jacob during the show.
I did. I pinged our technical director during the show. I am also starting to look on Amazon for better cameras, even though I know that must not be it. So now I'm looking at internet boosters during the show. I will not sleep tonight. I won't. You know I won't, Leah.
I know you're gonna call me at 8 a.m.
finding
tomorrow about it.
Why is my internet cutting in and out? Because it's my internet, but it says that's what's pissed me off. So I will be up all night trying to solve this problem. So don't worry. I'm not saying it's going to be fixed by Sunday, but I'm going to tell you I'm going to try to get it fixed by Sunday. And it's true. It's 100% true. I'm just out of my mind, frustrated with it right now. I don't know why. It's plugged in. What else do I do? But it's okay. If there's any tech wizards, you know who is CWP? It's plugged. CWP, listen in. It's an Ethernet plugged into a USB adapter because my laptop that I do the show on does not have a direct Ethernet port. So if there's another way to get an Ethernet port plugged into a laptop without using a really cheap, shitty USB adapter that I got for $9.99 on Amazon, somebody let me know.
PD, do you have Cox?
Oh, do I?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I think I probably do. Doesn't everybody? Isn't that the only option?
No.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'll
before we wrap,
pays for it.
Let's take a look at the
Shelby,
punch
I do
card.
not have a Mac. I'm 56 years old.
Yeah.
If I was 20, I'd have a Mac because that's what 20-year-olds use.
Let's take a look at the punch card, which we are 1 away from an all-loss line for the first time since the 2021-2022 season. Craziness. It's not looking good. But the good news is 53 games down. So almost there. Chipping away. Sad. All right. Well, once again, we appreciate you all for being here. Hit the like button on this video. Before you head out, if you're listening on audio, be sure to hit the little 5-star button and leave us a review there as well. And be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts because we have weekly audio-only episodes dropping. You don't want to miss that. And be sure to subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel because not only do we have all of our live shows, we also have supplemental content as well. Tons of extra content coming. Perhaps a walking and talking next week, a bare necessities on the horizon. There's a lot of good stuff planned. So stick around for that. But in the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter. You can send Craig well wishes at Craig S. Morgan. You can follow PD at SPTalkie. Follow me at Leah Merrill. Follow Danielle at Abrica Danielle. By the way, go check out the Baseball Hall of Fame's tweet. Not a big deal. Danielle is kind of important. That's crazy. You can follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday. And we will see you all on Sunday.
We all silly like the mayor.